Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. So today we have the last round of Social Security payments going out. These payments are going to be worth right around $1,900 on average. We're going to be going over who can expect to receive those payments, plus the payment schedule for July as well. Plus, not only that, but Democrats are now ramping up their attacks on Republicans as we have the election coming up on some of their proposals on Social Security. We're going to be going over what they're saying, but before we go ahead and dive into the main content of today's video, if you wouldn't mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Plus, if you would like to receive up to $200 in free stock or $200 in free cash, in the pinned comment below, I will be leaving a link to Robinhood. All you have to do is once you click on that link is just sign up for a free account and then simply link your bank account. You do not even have to make an opening deposit. At that point in time, Robinhood will be sending you one free stock worth all the way up to $200. And if you'd rather just have the cash, all you have to do is once you receive the free stock, is just sell for what it's worth and then transfer the cash value right back to your bank account. Okay, so diving right into today's video, of course, we have the election coming up in just a few months, in November to be exact. And not only is it going to be Trump versus Biden, but we're going to have all the House seats up for grabs and a number of the Senate seats up for grabs as well. So because of that, of course, it's an election year. We have Democrats ramping up their attacks on Republicans over some of the proposals that they are making in regards to reforming Social Security. And one of those reform ideas that a lot of Republicans, not all, but some Republicans are having, are raising of the full retirement age. So here is Brendan Doyle attacking Republicans on their proposal to raise the full retirement age. Watch.
80% or so of House Republicans are a part of the Republican Study Committee, including, I believe, every member of Republican leadership. So it's not exactly like we're talking about some small group. Their proposal, and I give them credit for honesty because they put this out and put it in black and white, their plan cuts Social Security benefits for 257 million people. That's 3 out of every 4 Americans. They would do that by raising the retirement age from what will soon be 67 all the way up to 70. That is completely unnecessary. And let me be clear, represents a cut, and a substantial cut, because of course Americans would never earn back the revenue they would have received without some sort of an increase in the retirement age.
And not only is Brendan Doyle attacking Republicans, but we also have John Larson, who is also a prominent Democrat, leading their way for Social Security reform. We're going to be going over one of his proposals, but he is, of course, is also attacking Republicans, and some of them wanting to cut Social Security. Watch.
Now, the Republican Study Committee has come up with a plan. They say what we need to do is cut $1.5 trillion out of Social Security over the next 10 years. And they say they want to raise the age. Well, Mr. Speaker, as you know, for every year you raise the age, that's a 7% cut in benefits. So raising the age to 70 is a 21% across the board cut to people that haven't had a benefit enhancement since 1971. I don't know how that makes any sense, given the needs of our senior citizens and also, quite frankly, given the needs of our children. And also, and you should take note of this, that more veterans rely on Social Security disability than they do on the VA.
So, of course, once again, it is an election year, so it's not a huge surprise that we have Democrats attacking Republicans on some of their ideas in reforming Social Security. And as we had mentioned numerous times on this channel, around the year of 2033, if nothing is done to reform Social Security, there is not going to be enough money in the trust fund to pay out everyone 100% of what they would usually receive for their benefit. And because of that, across the board, we would have to cut benefits for everyone anywhere between 18 up to 27% to make sure that everyone can at least receive some type of Social Security benefit. Now, Democrats, on the other hand, have very much a different idea on what they want to do to reform Social Security. Instead of raising of the full retirement age or cutting benefits, some of them are actually wanting to increase benefits. So John Larson, for example, wants to increase benefits for everyone across the board by 2%. And then he also wants to raise the special minimum benefit to 25% above the federal poverty level, whereas right now it's actually below the federal poverty line. Now, of course, not everyone in the Republican Party exactly agrees with this idea of raising of the full retirement age. We're going to be going over this article here by The Hill. They say that GOP faces internal battle over raising age for Social Security. So Republicans are battling among themselves over whether to push reforms to reduce Social Security spending, with some conservatives rallying around the idea of raising the retirement age. Republicans pushing reforms to Social Security argue that raising the retirement age would not cut benefits and would be phased in slowly so as not to affect people near the retirement age. So their idea, basically, we have candidates like Nikki Haley coming out and saying that we'd raise it only for those around like her children's age, like around the age of like 30 or so, maybe even all the way up to like 35, 38. And it wouldn't be for those who are nearing the full retirement age. And so because of that, it wouldn't exactly be a cut. But the problem is people who are, like 20, 25, 30, even though it's a number of years before they're exactly going to retire, it's still going to work out to being less years that they're going to be receiving benefits, because they're going to have to wait another 2 years to receive their full retirement benefits. So in fact, it would be unfair and a cut to them. And they would also have to continue paying taxes on each paycheck that they receive, the money that would be going into the trust fund. So they would have to pay taxes for a longer period of time to receive benefits for a less period of time. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And that's why we have some Republicans like Josh Hawley coming out and pushing back against the idea, saying it's very stupid. So the article goes on to say here that, but others in the party warned that talking about delaying Social Security benefits in an election year is political malpractice and would give Democrats a golden opportunity to accuse GOP candidates of wanting to cut Social Security. Senator Josh Hawley, for example, said, "Horrible idea, totally opposed to this. Even for people who don't plan to retire soon." He said, "What a terrible idea. If Republicans want to be in the minority party forever, then go ahead and endorse that. Republicans are so stupid. If they want to go to working people and say, congratulations, you have paid into this your whole life, your payroll taxes, and now we're going to take part of that away from you. We're going to make you work even longer than we said beforehand." I just think that's the stupidest thing I ever heard, and Josh Hawley makes exact sense right there. If I ever heard a truer statement, that one right there is exactly that. I don't know why Republicans would be getting on board with that idea. If they want to lose voters in November, sure, exactly, go ahead and endorse that idea of raising the full retirement age, even if it is for younger people. It just does not make a whole lot of sense to me. You're cutting benefits essentially for younger workers and making them pay taxes on their paycheck for a longer period of time at the exact same time. Does not make sense for them. If you want to give younger voters a reason to vote against your party, go ahead and endorse that, but I completely agree with what Josh Hawley is saying there. Now, in some other news, of course, today we have the last round of payments going out to certain beneficiaries of Social Security. Once again, those payments are going out today, Wednesday, June 26th. Those payments on average are right around $1,907 and all the way up to $4,873. So according to Newsweek, today, Wednesday, June 26th, those with birthdays in the latter part of any given month between the 21st and 31st will receive their monthly amount. This applies only to those who have not been claiming Social Security since before 1997. Recipients born on dates earlier in the month should have already received their checks. Those born between the 1st and 10th of any month should have been paid on June 12th. And those with birthdays falling between the 11th and 20th should have received their checks back on June 18th. And then as far as the payments going out next month in July, the payment dates set up so far, you can see in the bottom left-hand part of your screen, July 1st are going to be payments going out to SSI recipients. Then we have payments going out on July 3rd. Those are going to those who receive both Social Security and SSI, as well as those who started receiving Social Security before May of 1997. Then we have payments going out on July 10th, July 17th, and July 24th. those are going to be going to those depending on your birthday, just the usual schedule. So if you're born between the 1st and the 10th, your payment in that case is going to be going out on the 10th of the month. The payments going out on the 17th are going to be going to those born between the 11th and 20th of any given month, and then the final payments going out on July 24th. Those, of course, are going to be going to those if you were born on the 21st or later of any given month. But that's all we have for today's video. I certainly hope you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate it if you could give this video a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.